Hello, hello. Oh my God, what's happening to what's happening tonight? Good evening, everybody. I guess I just have to manage it like this tonight. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry for coming late. I had to quickly attend to some things, right? I hope everybody is fine. So today we're going to be reviewing chapter 8 of part 3, which is titled A Formula That Will Work Wonders for You. We've been learning how to deal with people, how to make people cooperate with us, how to get along with people, and so on. Right. So, we want you to remember that other people may be totally wrong, but you don't have to say it. Right. You don't have to say it because they will never think so. People hardly ever think that they are wrong, right? So even if you think that somebody is wrong, don't condemn the person. Rather, put yourself in the person's shoes. Any fool can condemn anybody. Any fool can criticize. Any fool can, say everything that is wrong about something, about someone. But don't do that. Try to understand people, because just as other people are more interested in themselves than they are interested in anything else, the same way you are interested in yourself, more interested in yourself than you are interested in anything else, right? So there is always a reason why somebody else thinks or acts the way he or she does. Think about that reason. You just never know why the person is acting that way. So this formula is that you should always consider the viewpoint of the other person. There is this man who would condemn his wife, criticize his wife, say all kinds of rude remarks about his wife. Why? Because the wife liked to go into the garden and pick the weeds. She just enjoyed picking the weeds. And the husband felt that, oh, you're always going to the garden to pick the weeds. And there has been no difference for the past 4 years that we moved in here. And this remark would often make this woman distressed. It would discourage her, dampen her morale, until the husband attended one of Dale Carnegie's classes and learnt this lesson. So she felt that, oh, I've been pulling my wife down by everything that I've been saying to her. I never tried to reason with her, to think of the reason why she's doing what she's doing. And then he decided to go along with the wife one day to pick the weeds, even though he declined at first. But he decided to go, okay, let's go and pick the weeds when the wife asked him. And then he discovered that they enjoy the evening together, having nice conversations and all of that. Before then, once he made that remark to his wife, the evening would be ruined. She wouldn't be in a good mood anymore. So it is as simple as that. If you want anybody to cooperate with you, consider their ideas, consider their feelings as important, to be as important as your own. Abraham Lincoln learned this. Roosevelt learned this. So many great people that were reviewed earlier in this book, they learned this, right? If you want to talk to anybody, don't be bossy about it. The author said there was a time he used to walk around in the park, and then some boys would always come. They'll make fire in the park to cook some things and all of that. They were just catching fun, right? And before they knew it, they would burn down the entire park. They'll burn down the trees and everything. So this went on for a while. He was getting angry and irritated about it. There was even a time they mounted a policeman there. The policeman wouldn't do anything. So he decided to take it upon himself to go and reprimand those boys. And one day he saw some of them cooking and decided to talk to them in a bossy tone. Like, if you don't do this, I'm going to get you arrested. You're going to go to jail and things like that. But what did that cause? The boys resented him. And as soon as he turned his back on them, they would go ahead to make another fire until he changed his strategy. And he would go to them and say, oh, something like, having a good time, boys. What are you going to cook for supper today? I'd have loved to make fires myself and all of that. But do you know that what you're doing is a bit dangerous? Because I know that you can be careful, but some other boys will come and they will forget to put out the fire. And all the trees here will be burnt down and all of that. So I trust that when you're done, you put out the fire. I trust that, things like that. We'll talk to them in a calm tone. And that will make the boys to cooperate with him. So it is not all about force every time. It is not about all about threats every time. We can threaten, but we have to look at the effect of that threat. Is it that people are obeying you, cooperating with you because they are scared of the punishment they will get, not because they really want to agree with you? Right. So there is always a better approach. It always makes a difference. There is a woman who was late in paying her car loan, and this man called her on a Friday to say, oh, if you don't pay these $122 that you're owing, we're going to take measures, we're going to do that. Threatened her. He was very rude over the phone. And this woman thought about it that, well, there is no way I can raise this money over the weekend. This is already Friday. And the man is saying, if you don't pay by Monday morning, there will be repercussions. So I thought about this. If I decide to be forceful with this man, if I decide to give it back to him in his own tone, hey, the punishment may be severe and I may not get anything positive out of it. So she decided to apply this approach. And by Monday morning, called the man. The chapter where we learned that you should condemn yourself even before anybody condemns you. Criticize yourself before anybody criticizes you. All the bad things and everything that you think the person is going to say about you, find a way to put them forward first. It is better to criticize yourself than to allow a stranger to come and criticize you and make you feel less of yourself. So this woman called. And so she apologized sincerely, for causing the man so much inconvenience. And she said, oh, I know that I'm your most troublesome customer. I know that I am this, I am that, I never meant to do this, blah, blah, blah. She criticized herself. And what did the man do in return? The man was like, oh, no. You are not anywhere near one or any of our troublesome customers, something like that, right? Like, no, don't worry. I understand you. I can just imagine all the nice things that he started saying. This was a man that threatened her like 2 or 3 days before. Said, no, don't worry. I have so many examples. Started giving her examples of customers who were rude to him, customers who would not pay up, customers who lied, customers who avoided talking to him, and all of that. So this woman listened. She didn't say anything. She allowed him to get everything off his chest. Because obviously, this woman now understood that this man behaved like this for a reason. He wasn't just rude towards her for nothing. This man had come across rude customers, lying customers, dishonest customers, nonchalant customers, and all of these things. So she tried to understand why the man behaved that way. And that settled it. And at the end of the day, the man was like, okay, you know what? You don't have to pay me everything. You can just raise like $20 at the end of the month. And then you can pay the balance whenever it's convenient for you. You see, this is a formula that works like magic. Sometimes you're trying to get things from people and it seems like it is not going to come. It is not going to happen. Just go to them in a soft tone. Practice it. Plan what you want to say. Like today, I was about saying some nasty things to some people, right? I composed the message. I deleted it at first. I composed it the second time. I deleted it. All the principles we've been learning in this book just came flashing in my head. Like, I was so angry. And I don't think there's anybody that would not be angry if they were in my shoes. Right. I had every right to be angry. I was really, really, really livid. But I kept on remembering, let me not send this message. I may regret it. And I thank God that I had somebody that said, no, don't send it. And that is it. After some minutes, I calmed down and I felt like, yes, that was the best thing to have done. So sometimes we have to calm down. We have to think about our responses. We have to think about our decisions. Right. Don't just act in the heat of the moment. You may do something that you're going to regret. And then you may be the one apologizing at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, I was trying to reason with the other party. Okay, why did this person do this? Even though I had made my decision, but at least I am grateful that I did not send that message that would have destroyed everything and even, complicated everything the more. Right. Then Dunham of the Harvard Business School said, I would rather walk the sidewalk in front of a person's office for 2 hours before an interview than step into that office without a perfectly clear idea of what I was going to say or what that person, from my knowledge of his or her interest or and motives, was likely to answer. That means delay your responses. Think about it. You can pace front and back. You can give yourself time to think. Is this the best decision? What should I say? Plan what you have to say. Don't just act based on impulse. You may not like yourself for it. So it is better to pace around. It is better to delay your responses, to listen, to think about the other person. Okay, this person has wronged me. Why did this person behave like that? Is there a reason? And things like that. It will really, really save us a lot of trouble. So if as a result of reading this book, you get only one thing, an increased tendency to think always in terms of the other person's point of view. Think in terms of the other person's feelings or ideas, and see things from that person's angle as well as your own. You will see that at the end of the day, your own is actually not the ultimate. The person also has a reason. You may not agree at first, but if you calm down and think about it, you see that there is no cause for argument or rancor. So if you get only one thing from this book, it may easily prove to be one of the stepping stones of your career. How to deal with your colleagues, your boss, that difficult co-worker, and the likes. So principle 8, don't forget, try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. That's right. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. That'll be all for tonight's review. Don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you are yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'll come your way again tomorrow by God's grace as we review chapter 9 of part 3, which says what everybody wants. What does everybody want? We'll find out tomorrow. Until then, be intentional. Bye. Yes, that's right. Some decisions are better slept over. Better ideas will spring up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Mr. Adekunle, Ade Africa. Thank you, Moji, Maria, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye.